G'day Dogs fans, Bob Murphy here with assistant coach Stephen Grace for the round 13 match preview of the season. Gracie, thanks for joining us, and also
No problem, Bob.
Happy birthday for this week, fellow Gemini.
Thanks very much, my friend.
How'd you enjoy the week?
I had a great week, took the family up to Bright.
Oh, nice.
My girls saw snow for the first time, and on the Monday, while we were watching a little bit of football preview, I saw you on the weekend as well.
What did you?
There you are.
What did you think? I would think that my can of Melbourne bitter sliding into the esky would have appealed to someone like yourself.
No, I brought back some old memories.
Were you a Melbourne bitter man growing up?
Only at certain parties when no one else was drinking it, just to establish whose was whose.
Yeah, well, that's probably fair enough too. Shout out to CUB and expect those slabs of beer anytime soon. Can you talk us through the bye weekend? So the Optimist says that it's a chance to freshen up, but it does come with a little bit of risk. How have you seen the week off for the boys?
Oh, look, they came back in fantastic spirit, and that's one of the benefits hopefully you'll get from them.
Yep.
Had our main training session the first day they came back, and they attacked it. They really did. So there wasn't that doughiness or slow to get going.
Yep.
So it was a sensational session. So from our point of view, they've really taken on board the bye in the spirit which it should be, to rest and recalibrate, but ready to relaunch.
That sounds like a good news story, and another one to jump on the back of that is we get Hayden Crozier back this week, who's been in some good form before he went out of the side.
Yeah, he has. He's really grown as a player, Hayden. I had him in my first year when I was at Fremantle coaching.
Yep. Oh, of course.
As he was 67 kilos, he came over, and to see him develop his aerial power and his game, his aggressiveness with the ball, he's done a lot of great work since he's come across, and there's a lot to come.
And we had some good news today that favourite son, Tom Liberatore, signed up with the club for another 2 years. Yeah,
it's a wonderful story, isn't it? And hopefully that he can keep bearing the fruit that he's threatened to through his whole career. He's made a difference to us, there's no doubt about it.
Now this is where we get to the Mercedes-Benz X-Class keys to the game. I know you're well versed in this area, and as two Geminis,
yes,
with the two-faced that we have, but I think we could probably connect on a spiritual level today.
I think so.
I'm going to close my eyes and you're going to tell me how cold was the water on the Big Freeze 5 Fight MND slide. The water was...
Well, just looking at you, it was very cold, around -12.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. There you go, there's the keys to the game.
Present.
For you. Yeah, that's just, you can take the Mercedes out for a spin.
Thank you.
The Blues this week, so we've just seen them 1 week with David Teague at the helm.
Yep.
Is that enough sample size to get a sort of read on their style?
No, probably not, but there's been some immediate changes, to their style. Just small little things with numbers in front of the ball and around the ball, a little bit how they've defended. So there's enough to see that they might try a few things different, and a few players in a couple of different roles. Yeah.
What about Patrick Cripps? It seems to be a bit of a football world crush on the number 9 from Carlton. Can he be stopped, and have we got any specific plans for him?
Well, I think he can definitely be stopped. I mean, 2 weeks ago against Essendon, a player had come in who'd played not a lot of AFL football and did a terrific job on him, quelled his influence greatly. So, but it's certainly not left up to one guy, that's for sure. And our earlier round game against them, showed that if we don't work together as a mid-group, then we're no chance against anyone, let alone a side that has a player of his calibre in it.
It's an unusual build-up for a game, isn't it? Because Carlton, as we know, 2 wins, 10 losses. They've had a tough year, but the last time we played them, they did get the better of us, and they're coming off a win. So there's some interesting psychology in this week. Yeah,
there is, isn't there? That spike where a new coach takes over mid-year, or whatever part it is of the year, and I think some players feel a little bit of the guilt that they haven't played as well as they should have, and then there's others who, perhaps feel they haven't had the go and play with a little bit of freedom. All those factors that come in, it's an unusual circumstance to come against. But 2 weeks in a row, North Melbourne showed that they were able to, make the change, sustain the effort 2 weeks ago, under Shorey. So we've just got to be at our best, to quell anything that comes at us.
Gracie, thanks so much for your time. Always great to get an insight. Well done on winning the Mercedes X-Class keys to the game.
I'm flattered.
After the Dogs get the win against the Blues, I'm sure it's time just to crack a couple of cold Melbourne bitters. So we encourage all the Bulldogs supporters to get to Marvel Stadium on Saturday night at 7:20 for kick-off.